Assalamualaikum viewers and welcome back to our channel. Today in the playlist of Neuroanatomy in which we were discussing about the anatomy of the brain, our today's video will be about the superior lateral surface of the cerebrum. We will be studying its anatomy. So it is usually a left cerebral hemisphere, superior lateral surface of the left cerebral hemisphere that is shown in the diagram. So before further ado, let's get started. The first one, it is being shaded in the red color and that corresponds to your temporal lobe. Temporal lobe, it is separated from the parietal lobe that is shaded in the light blue color by a central sulcus. After that, we have a lobe that is shaded in the yellow color and that corresponds to your occipital lobe. Occipital lobe, it is separated from the parietal lobe by a parieto-occipital sulcus. Now, if we draw a first imaginary line, it will separate our occipital lobe from the temporal lobe as well. We have a preoccipital notch as well, as you can see in the diagram. After that, we have a lobe that is being shaded in the orange color and that corresponds to temporal lobe. Temporal lobe, it is separated from the parietal lobe by the second imaginary line, as it was separated from the occipital lobe by the first imaginary line. Now we have the poles as well. So we have a frontal pole as you can see in the diagram, we have a temporal pole and we have an occipital pole. So these were the lobes that were visible in the diagram. We have the other lobes as well. We have the insula and we have a limbic lobe as well. That is usually not visible in this diagram. But about the insula, if we remove the lateral sulcus behind it, we will find the insula. So we have basically the 6 lobes of the brain: frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, temporal lobe, insula and limbic lobe. And we have 3 surfaces of the brain. We have the superior lateral surface, we have the medial surface and we have the inferior surface. In this video, we are discussing about the superior lateral surface. Now in the second diagram, we will be discussing about the sulci and gyri of the superior lateral surface of the brain. So let us first discuss about the temporal lobe that is outlined in the red color. We have our superior frontal gyrus, and the superior frontal gyrus is separated from the middle frontal gyrus by the superior frontal sulcus. Now middle frontal gyrus, it is separated by the inferior frontal gyrus by the inferior frontal sulcus. And after that, we have a precentral sulcus, and with the precentral sulcus, we have the precentral gyrus as well. Now we can see the A, B and C areas, and corresponding with the A, B and C areas, we have the anterior ascending rami and anterior horizontal rami. Now the areas that is A, B and C that corresponds to the A area is the pars orbitalis, the B area it is the pars triangularis and the C area it is the pars opercularis. So these 3 areas, they were separated by the anterior ascending rami that were 2 and the anterior horizontal rami. So these were the rami that were extending from the lateral sulcus. So this was about the frontal lobe. Now we will be discussing about the parietal lobe that is outlined in the light blue color. First of all, we have our central sulcus that separates the frontal lobe and the parietal lobe. And after the central sulcus, we have our postcentral gyrus. Remember that we have a precentral gyrus present in the frontal lobe. In the parietal lobe, we have our postcentral gyrus. And after the postcentral gyrus and another sulci, we can see that is our postcentral sulcus. Now we have another sulcus that is known as the interparietal sulcus, and that basically separates your parietal lobe into the superior parietal lobule and the inferior parietal lobule. We also have another 2 gyri that are being present in the parietal lobe. The first one we can see about the posterior rami of the lateral sulcus that extend and end in a supramarginal gyrus that is being shaded in the pink color. Another, we have the angular gyrus that is outlined in the purple color. So this was all about the parietal lobe. Now we will be studying about the occipital lobe that is being outlined in the yellow color. Occipital lobe, it is separated from the parietal lobe by the parieto-occipital sulcus, and it is separated from the temporal lobe by the first imaginary line. In the occipital lobe, we have a lateral occipital sulcus, and we can also see a posterior calcarine sulcus that is outlined in the brown color. And in the green color, we have the cuneate sulcus. So this was all about the occipital lobe. Now we will be studying about the temporal lobe that is outlined in the orange color. In the temporal lobe, we first of all, as similar to the frontal lobe, we have a superior temporal gyri. Superior temporal gyri, it is separated from the middle temporal gyri by the superior temporal sulcus. And the middle temporal gyri, it is separated from the inferior temporal gyri by an inferior temporal sulcus. So this was all about the anatomy of the superior lateral surface of the cerebrum. I hope this video will be helpful for you all. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also click on the bell icon so you will get notified about our further videos and updates in the Neuroanatomy series and in the other playlists as well. Thank you.